Fort Collins, Colorado plays host to this RMBL matchup between the Boulder Collegians and the Fort Collins Foxes. Hi, everybody, and welcome to City Park here in Fort Collins. Ethan Jordan alongside you for this game between the Boulder Collegians and the Fort Collins Foxes. We come at you a little bit late in this one. We apologize for that. Some technical difficulties in our setup, and our camera had to get it operational, so had to take care of that business before we brought you tonight's game. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0 Foxes with Jackson Hewlett on the mound for the Collegians. A runner at first and 2 away here in this third inning. Clay Lockett, the hitter for Fort Collins. And if you're wondering what the heck is going on with Clay's jersey, that's a LeBron James Cleveland Cavaliers jersey. That one misses from Hewlett. Tonight the Foxes are wearing whatever jersey they want, apparently, I think is the theme for them. Ground ball to Roselle at short. He plays it on the backhand, flips it to Cowart at second, and he's got him there. Nice play from Brennan Roselle to get the out, and that will end the bottom of the third. But we will stick with you to get you all caught up on this matchup here. So we're through 3 here in Fort Collins. 1-0 Foxes. Both pitchers dealing on the hill. Jackson Hewlett for the Collegians and Parenti for the Foxes. Parenti out there on the hill now wearing a Cubs jersey. So the Foxes wearing whatever jersey they chose to wear. We have plenty of Cardinals jerseys out here. We've seen some Royals jerseys. Coach King is wearing a Royals jersey for the Foxes. It's also their ALS Awareness Night here in Fort Collins. But as for the game itself, the Foxes scored. The Foxes scored their one run in the first inning against Jackson Hewlett. He got the first out, but then Tino Zach singled, followed by a Charlie Pila single, then a fielder's choice that allowed Zach to get to third. Then Clay Lockett singled him in for the lone run of the ballgame. Since then, Jackson Hewlett's been great on the mound. He's allowed 2 base runners, a single in the second and a walk there in the third, but it hasn't bothered him any. As for the other side in Parenti, he's allowed a couple of base runners himself. Roselle has drawn 2 walks. He's been the best guy at the plate for the Collegians thus far. In fact, for Parenti, he has not allowed a base hit yet. He has 3 walks, though. He'll see Chris Jimenez here to begin this 4th inning of play. 9-inning ball game from Fort Collins this evening, just the lone ball game here at City Park. It was a strikeout for Jimenez back in the first. Parenti's first delivery to him in the dirt. We're coming at you here at a bit of an odd angle. I'm actually behind the Collegians' dugout. They're actual dugouts here in Fort Collins. There's just a little bit of space, so I've got my book and all of my stuff on top of the dugout. I'm standing behind it. And our camera's right next to me, so that's the angle you're seeing here. 2-0 on Jimenez now as he looks to get aboard to lead off this 4th inning. Foxes currently atop the Rocky Mountain Baseball League, though the Colorado Sox are nipping at their heels. In fact, the 2 teams would be tied should the Collegians win this ball game here this evening. Collegians fell to the Sox last night in Boulder. 2-0 is up around the eyes, and it's 3 balls and no strikes on Chris Jimenez. That pulled the Sox within a half game of first place. Collegians currently in 4th in the league. 500 record for them in the RMBL, and Chris Jimenez draws a 4-pitch walk. So as good as Parenti's been tonight, the walks have been an issue. So with Jimenez aboard, it'll bring up Turner Davis. Lineup looks like this for the Collegians tonight. Brennan Roselle at shortstop leads it off, then the second baseman Logan Cowart, followed by left fielder Nick Arrivo. Chris Jimenez is DHing. He just drew the walk. Turner Davis hitting 5th. Plays first base, then Hunter Hudson, the catcher, Kelby Richardson, the right fielder, Jimmy Baseman, and Chris Amador, the center fielder, rounds out the 9 for Boulder. Jackson Hewlett on the hill, as you heard in that bottom of the third. Collegians looking to even this one up. Fort Collins up 1-0, and Turner Davis takes a strike. Ground ball to short to end the first inning for Davis. So taking his second attempt against Parenti here. First strike of the inning from Parenti. Davis a ground ball to short. This could be two. Flip to second for one, on to first. It's a double play. Erickson to lock it to Schaefer for the 6-4-3. And well, the Collegians finally got that leadoff man aboard. Well, for the third time today, they got the leadoff man aboard, but for the third time today, he will not score. 2 away, and Hunter Hudson will come to the plate. It was a similar situation for Boulder here against Fort Collins last time. Just one where they were unlucky offensively, just rolling into a lot of double plays and allowed the Foxes to take that victory. This is the 4th time the two teams have met, the 4th and final time until the playoffs. 0-1 on Hudson, who grounded to first in the second. The lefty skips out of the way of a fastball there. It's 1-1. But the Foxes played the Collegians on that second Saturday of the season. Well, the first Saturday, the second day of the season. Won both games of a doubleheader in Boulder. The Collegians were last here, I think it was a week or 2 ago, up here in Fort Collins. Big swing and a miss by Hudson of the pitch out of the zone. It was low, and he's down 1-2. Foxes, who started the season out so hot in this league, have run into a bit of a slump of late. They've lost their last 3 league games. And Hudson takes ball 2. They fell to the Game Day Saints twice and the Colorado Sox once. Boulder looking to be the latest to beat the Foxes here tonight. So they try and move up the league standings. They're 4 games out of first place, and Hudson has gone on strikes, goes after, and that will end the inning. We will take this break, however. Collegians down 1-0. Bottom of the 4th coming your way here from Fort Collins, Colorado on the Collegians Broadcast Network. And we welcome you back to Fort Collins, Colorado. RMBL baseball this evening, the Fort Collins Foxes and the Boulder Collegians. Fourth inning of play, runner at first. No one away here for the Foxes. Taylor Mullins drew the walk. He's at first base. Dylan Prokop the batter. 1-1 on him. Foxes up 1-0 here over the Collegians. Jackson Hewlett's next pitch, flown to right field. Richardson chasing it back towards the fence. He'll reach over his head and make the grab for the second out, or for the first out. So a long out for Dylan Prokop brings up Tim Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald himself had a long out in the second, flying out to deep center field. He's rocking the Buster Posey jersey, the Players Weekend variety. Says Buster on the back. Which, you know, the Players Weekend, of course, the players get to choose their nickname to put on the back of their jersey. I think that happened sometime in August in the MLB. The Foxes wearing, well, bring your own jersey night, I guess, is the theme for them. I always thought it was a little bit of a cop-out to go with your first name for back of your jersey on Players Weekend. Hudson throws down to second. Runner takes off. And in time to get him, Hunter Hudson throws out another runner. Don't run on that man. So Hudson erases the runner from the base paths, and now there's two away, nobody aboard, and Jackson is ahead of Tim Fitzgerald. Hewlett ready. Here's his next offering, and Fitzgerald pops it foul. You know, but going back to those Player Weekend jerseys, I always thought the nicknames were better. You know, swing and a miss by Fitzgerald. That ought to retire the side. It will, as Hudson takes care of the housekeeping down to first base. We're on to the fifth. Still 1-0 Fort Collins here from City Park.
Good in the mic.
I don't know if I got the voice like Ethan does.
See, those are real sacks, bro.
You got to lead the way. I'll just hop in.
It's all good.
You lead the way. You just let me know when I need to say something. I'll say something.
Whenever, man.
Don't do it. Don't be a bitch. Kick you in the face, bro. Yeah, you try to tie my shoes.
A little Tom Petty.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Tom
Good
Petty.
throw.
That's right. We're always ready. Right, Kicks? Always. Ready. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Born ready.
That's what I like to hear. All right, let's do it. We're back here in Fort Collins. 1-0 the Foxes lead the Boulder Collegians. And I'm joined in the booth by Kix Farrell.
How are y'all tonight?
Well, I don't know if this is a booth. Behind the dugout. What do you think of this setup, Kix?
It's different. I say that. It's different.
We were going to set up on top of the dugout, but then we had to move all of our stuff under the tent because it was raining.
It's a unique look, though. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice little look.
Summer baseball, right?
Summer baseball, can't beat it.
How's the season been going for you, man?
It's going all right. I've had my ups and downs. You know, we're powering through it.
Right. You guys head out to Kansas here in a little bit. How you feeling about that?
I'm looking forward to it. You know, we had fun on the last road trip to Farmington. Hopefully we'll make a few more memories.
You ever been to Kansas, Kix?
Been through Kansas, never stayed there. Been through on my way to Nebraska. That's about it.
From what I've heard and from what I've experienced, going through Kansas is the way to do it.
Yeah, not staying. It's pretty flat out there. Looks a lot like back home.
From Texas, right?
Texas Panhandle, yes, sir.
0-2 on Kelby Richardson here as he leads off the fifth for the Collegians. And Kelby's gone on strikes.
They say they're X's with an H.
So with Richardson retired, that brings up Jimmy Hollinger.
We sure to get some good weather tonight for some ball.
Yeah, the rain's cleared away.
Yeah.
Still a little cloudy, but that's all right.
Nice and cool, though.
That's right. It gets a little hot down from where you're from, right?
It's probably about 100 degrees right now there this time of night.
A little rain's preferable to that then?
Yeah. We get the dry heat, though. It don't get too humid.
Yeah, I go to school down in Arizona, so I
Really?
get that.
You understand the heat.
Yes, sir.
You probably get it worse than we do.
Yeah, it can get up there. Hollinger flies one towards second base. Not going to get that far, and the second baseman makes the grab. Lock it with the play, and that'll be out number 2.
Just having a rough time getting started tonight.
Yeah, Parenti, he's been pretty nice on the mound. You guys have had a tough time against this team. This is
Yeah.
a pretty good team over here, huh?
They are. I believe they're still undefeated, leading the league.
They actually finally lost the other night.
Did they?
It's about time, right?
It's about time. Everyone's got to lose, you know.
They're still on top of the league, though. Those Sox you guys played the other night as Amador lays down a bunt. Pretty good one. Parenti slips and can't make the play. So Amador's aboard with the bunt single. A team you played the other night, the Sox, they're only a half game behind them now.
Are they? The Sox aren't a bad team. I believe we should have beat them every time we've played them. We should beat the Foxes too, but things just hadn't been going our way.
There have been some close games.
Had some close ones.
So back to the top of the order now, and Brennan Roselle. Brennan's drawn a walk both of his times at the plate. Looking to maybe do that a third time here and move that runner around. First pitch he sees is right down Broadway for strike 1. So, Kicks, you're from Texas. I remember you told us your coach had some insider with the Collegians. That's how you wound up here. Am I remembering that right? Or?
No, my teammate Chris Rodriguez did.
That's right.
Chris played in this league last year, and when Coach Toledo called him asking if he was coming to play, Chris mentioned me and told him he had an infielder teammate that wanted to come along.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history, and that's how we wound up in Boulder.
How you liking Boulder so far, man?
It's not a bad place. Traffic kind of sucks, but
I'll tell you what, man. 5 years ago, the traffic wasn't like this.
Really?
It's just everybody from California and from where you're from, Texas, moving up here.
Moving on up. But it's a nice place. Slowly finding places to go eat and hang out.
What's the best spot so far?
We've been to a place called Dark Horse that had really good burgers, and we've been to Cosmos Pizza. So really good.
I want to say Joe Madden, who played for the Collegians back in the day, I want to say he proposed to his wife in front of the Dark Horse.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
It's an interesting fact. The more you know.
Good eye, kid.
But where was the other place you said? Dark Horse and
Dark Horse and Cosmos Pizza.
Cosmos. I've heard Cosmos is good.
It is. It's big slices of pizza for just a few bucks. It's worth the money.
The pizza place I like in Boulder is a place called Boss Lady Pizza. It's on the hill. That's good stuff. 1-2. Runner takes off. Throw down is not in time and, in fact, goes into center field. Good backup there, though. We'll keep Amador at second base. It runs to 2-2 on Brennan Roselle. Meeting some new guys here, of course,
Yeah, meeting the new guys.
Chris, the only guy you knew here coming out?
He is. Chris and me go to the same school. So we came up together, and everyone else knew. I did know Hunter. Hunter played at a college in our conference last year, Hunter Hudson, so I knew of him.
And what did you know of him? Was it good or bad?
Nothing bad to say about him. Just played against him. He went to Tarleton State, which is in our Lone Star Conference. So had seen him a time or two.
I got you. Roselle trying to knock in the first run for the Collegians here. They trail at 1-0. Runner at second and 2 away. Jared Parenti's been terrific on the hill thus far, trying to hold him here in this inning. Roselle lines one towards left center. That one's going to get down, and it's going to be a run. Chris Amador crosses home plate. Roselle will try for second. He pulls in there. It's a stand-up double for Brennan Roselle, and we are tied here in Fort Collins.
Just like that, tie ball game.
Maybe change the momentum a little bit.
Change the momentum a little bit. Our defenses seem to be doing pretty well tonight, holding them to one run thus far.
Yeah, Brennan had that nice play. I don't remember what inning it was. We're on the back end.
Yeah, he went 6-4 with it. Get the out at second.
Now, I know you play second, short, third.
Sir.
Which one's your favorite?
Natural natural born shortstop. I was shortstop all through high school and got transferred over to third base my freshman year of college, and I've been stuck on the left side ever since. I hadn't played second base until this summer since I was a freshman in high school.
Look pretty smooth over there, though. All things considered, it's a different look because you got to turn the other way, you know.
Just a different angle. That's all it is. It's all the same. A little few different things, but yeah, just fielding the ground ball. That's all it is.
All the guys I've ever talked to who switch from short to second say the hardest thing is when you're turning a double play. That's the hardest.
Yeah, you're on the wrong side. Got to use your different foot to set up on the bag. It takes some getting used to, but I believe you can play one infield spot. You can play them all.
We're going to see you at first base later this year then?
You know, I've played first base a time or two. I love first base. You know, I might be short, but I can stretch out there a little bit.
All right, yeah. Get those scoops.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I didn't bring my mitt. I might have to borrow a mitt. I played first base the last time in a senior all-star game right after I graduated.
All right.
And that was it for my first base career.
Logan Coward, who's another guy who can play all around the infield, draws a walk. Now there's 2 runners aboard here for Nick Arrivo. How about the season Nick's having so far?
He's having a really good season. I think last I checked, he was above the 400 mark, which is just unreal. He's doing really good.
So I gotta admit, I had my leg pulled by some guys in the booth. Your name's Kix, right?
My name is Kix.
They told me your brother's name was Chex.
Yeah, that's what my grandma said. They were telling me about that, and I think my dad texted me. He said, go correct them. Yeah. Who was it? Shapiro. He had a pretty close guess. He said Applejack. It's Jax.
Jax play ball?
He does. He's a pitcher and third base kind of guy. He's big. He's 16, but he's bigger than me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
So Revo at the plate here, and Nick will watch strike 1. So you guys said you had fun in Farmington?
Farmington was a good time. It was a fun trip.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to catch up with you about that since that was a while ago now, it seems like.
That was almost a month, I'd say.
Wow.
It's the beginning of June. Yeah, I rode up with Chris Rodriguez, Trent Lofka, Turner Davis, and Hunter Sherrard, who's no longer with us due to injury. But, yeah, we had a good time on the ride down.
That's a heck of a car.
It was a full car. We were packed in there. Made some pit stops along the way. Showed up a little late, but we made it.
Were you the one who was telling me you guys went to an elk ranch?
Went to an elk ranch. We did. Went to a waterfall. Stopped and took some pictures on the river on the side of the road, even though we were running late. But we were the first ones at the stadium, so worked out. They were all at the hotel waiting on us.
You can't argue against that. You guys were there first.
We were.
Waiting for everybody else. 0-2 here on Arrivo. He's fouled off a couple of pitches. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Tie ball game thanks to Brennan Roselle and his RBI double. Kix Farrell in the booth with me, getting the night off tonight.
Yes, sir. Just resting the body, doing a little courtesy running for the catcher if he ever gets on.
This one lined off the glove of the first baseman. Roselle will round third. Throw coming into the plate. It's high. Gets over the head of the catcher. It'll be a run, and both runners will move up 90 feet. And another RBI here for the Collegians, and they take the lead 2-1.
That was an interesting play there. The catcher threw his glove up at the ball, and, had that glove made contact with the ball, that is actually a 2-base penalty on a thrown ball.
Right. You can only do that when you're shagging fly balls during
That's
BP.
the only time you can do it. Catch it with your hat and look cool. Not in that instance. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
I'm trying to remember. Is catching it with your hat against the rules too?
It is. Catching it with any part of your uniform away from its proper spot. And on a batted ball, it is a 3-base penalty.
So no penalty applied here, but it's still a run for the Collegians. And up to the plate comes Chris Jimenez. Chris takes ball 1. These Long Beach State guys, him and Roselle, kind of joining the team a little late, but they've made an impact.
They have. Chris has done really good. I think he's sitting at 5 or 6 home runs on the year. I mean, he just hits the ball hard, got a lot of power.
Yeah, that one night where he hit 3.
Yeah, he did. He had a great night. Last night he threw out, I think, 4 guys. He's got a heck of an arm back there.
And he sends one towards center field. This one going to be hang up for just long enough for the center fielder to make the grab and end the inning. But the Collegians take the lead. They lead it 2-1. Kix Farrell joining me in the booth for the half inning. Thanks for stopping by,
Yes,
Kix.
sir. Thanks for having me.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Fort Collins up to bat, down 2-1. Thanks, man. That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
You want to move the board on the inside?
Big power move.
Big power move, dude.
Oh, right in here? Sure. If we've got the link to
Join
connect
us.
it.
You can be on next. Let me just
Run this. Oh, love it, dude.
One. I got you.
Kill Turner, though.
17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers. Hey, Almador with a little bunt piece.
What? Oh, rock me,
Like a wagon.
rock me, mama.
Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind.
Ever had this old ass dude, right? Goes. Check, check. Okay. Welcome back to Fort Collins. Bottom of the fifth inning. Collegians taking the lead in the top half. They lead it 2-1 now. Jackson Hewlett back to work on the mound for Boulder. One away in the inning. Runner at first base, and Tino Zach up at the plate. Tino's 1 for 2 today. Scored a run in the first inning after singling, then struck out in the third. Zach watches one outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Or, pardon me, 2 balls and no strikes. Tino was a participant in the Home Run Derby during the All-Star game on Wednesday. And actually made it to the finals against Nick Levenstein's. Swing and a miss from him there. But I don't think anybody was beating Nick Levenstein's that day. He just dominated in that Home Run Derby. What a day for him. Won himself a custom-made bat, too. Said he's going to make it Stars and Stripes. We'll see Levenstein's again on Tuesday. Yeah, that's right, on Tuesday down in Wheat Ridge at the Rough Riders home park. Three and one here on Zach. Hewlett's had his fair share of traffic, but has largely kept him from crossing home plate. Zach flies one to center. Amador's got a beat on it, and Chris right in front of that 378 sign makes the catch for the second out. Zach wearing that Josh Donaldson Blue Jays jersey, a bit of a throwback. And if you want a big throwback, Charlie Pila's got a Miami Marlins Giancarlo Stanton jersey. Not only is Stanton not on the Marlins anymore, but they don't have those jerseys anymore either. Kix, what do you think of those new Marlins jerseys this year?
I like them.
You like them? You like the teal?
I like the teal. I'm a big fan of the teal. I like the new script they have, the font across
All right. So Kix Farrell, a fan of the new Marlins jerseys. one of few, but that's all right. This one grounded to Roselle at short. He'll go the short way to second base and Logan Cowart. And it's a 1-2-3 essentially inning for Jackson Hewlett. He does allow one runner on base, pardon me, but works through it quickly. No problem for him. Collegians still lead at 2-1 to move on to the 6th here in Fort Collins. What? Top 6. Yeah.
I heard. Yeah, no, I heard it. That was definitely power over him a little bit.
Dude, number 108 on the mound now?
Oh, this is Chicago. I like this kid's jersey.
What kind of jersey is this?
Chicago, like, I don't even know.
Dude, there's a fox on the field, dude. Looks like I just like said
Beat the kid, bro. You can't let him always win.
kids.
That's weak. You gotta teach him how to lose.
That's like giving out participation trophies.
You gotta teach the kid how to lose. Come on.
I'll give the kid a head start, but I won't let
Guess
him.
not. I don't know. Is there no game
try to
changer?
race him.
If he beats
They're
me with a
running
head
game
start, so
changer.
be it. But I will
Would that
not
that work for you?
He's gotta learn how to be better. Otherwise, he's never gonna get past him.
like right after I graduate.
You don't want to tell me who this pitcher is? Because I don't got a number to figure it out.
Just gotta see a box or a line score. That's all I need. Okay, yeah, they are keeping score.
What do they score that play down at first?
Can I throw it back down?
Alright, I got something.
Oh.
Got their URL at least.
Turner Davis will lead off the 6th inning for Boulder. They lead it 2-1. They took the lead in the last inning. Trying to hold one here for the first time against the Foxes as they've fallen to Fort Collins 3 times already this season. Here the 4th and final matchup between these two teams. And Turner Davis grounds one to short. Chopper fielded by Erickson, and he'll throw out Davis for the first out. With Davis gone, that'll bring up Hunter Hudson, the catcher. New arm on the mound for the Foxes. Would love to tell you who he is, but with these jerseys they're wearing, no way to tell. They never announced him either, so we'll go with Champ, as that's what it says on the back of his jerseys. It's a Chicago jersey, not a Cubs jersey. I'm not sure where he got it from. It says Champs on the back and with a 10. So Champ delivers and misses high to Jimmy Hollinger, or to Hunter Hudson, pardon me. Hudson in from the right side here against the lefty. The 1-0. Oh, and I'm getting some information about this jersey. It's a Cubs jersey. And the reason it says Champs is it's a jersey to commemorate them finally winning the World Series back in 2016. This one fouled away. Of course, they won on a 108-year World Series drought, did the Chicago Cubs, before finally winning one a few years ago. So that jersey commemorating that moment. Not a specific player. 1-1. And Hudson is behind a fastball. All kinds of jerseys out here for Fort Collins. I think my favorite selection is from the second baseman Clay Lockett, who's rocking a LeBron James Cleveland Cavaliers jersey. And wearing a basketball jersey at a baseball game really reminds me of those turn ahead the clock jerseys they had back in the early, was it the early 2000s or the late 90s? I don't quite remember, but you remember those? They were the Rockies had ones that were black vests with the big purple mountains across them. There's a picture of Larry Walker wearing one, but that particular red Cavs jersey reminds me of the Seattle Mariners turn ahead the clock jersey as Hudson draws the free pass. So one out base runner here for the Collegians. But they were the red, and they wore tank tops. They played baseball. There's a photo of Ken Griffey Jr. in one of them, and wearing it. And they were red with a Mariners logo kind of superimposed on the, real big on the chest, and then no sleeves, which I don't know. Personally, I don't know if I'd want to play baseball in a tank top. Kelby Richardson, the batter now. And Kelby takes a strike. He's struck out twice today, looking to avoid a similar fate here. Oh, 1. Richardson takes it up around the letters for ball 1. Bullpen is active for the Collegians. Reggie Paris is getting loose down there. Jackson Hewlett's gone through 5. We'll see if he comes back out for the 6th. Richardson takes a fastball right there for strike 2. Next offering to Richardson, and he grounds it up in front of the plate, and this one will drift foul. So it'll stay 1-2 on Kelby Richardson. Lights have been on here in Fort Collins for a little while, despite there being some daylight. It's, well, to say fairly overcast would be an understatement. Clouds all around here in northern Colorado. 1-2 on Richardson. One runner at first, one away here in the 6th. Next offering, swing and a miss. Kelby went after one over his head, and he's gone on strikes for the 3rd time today. So with Richardson retired, that'll bring up Jimmy Hollinger. Kelby had a really nice couple of games on Friday, but since then, a little bit back into a little bit of a slump. Hollinger has gone to second base twice, once on a ground ball, once on a pop-up, and takes a strike here. Lockett rocking the Cavaliers jersey. Of course, NBA free agency opened up today. Plenty of moves around the National Basketball Association. Hewlett delivers the first pitch, and it's in for a strike. This one will go foul down the left field line, out of play. 0-2 on Clay Lockett. Kevin Durant, probably the most prized free agent, and I would say certainly the most free agent class in 2019. Lockett swing and a miss, and he's gone on strikes. KD signed with the Brooklyn Nets. Many speculated that he might go to the Knicks, but instead he takes his talents to Brooklyn and the Nets, where he's pair up with Kyrie Irving. Irving coming from the Celtics, where, well, safe to say there was a little dysfunction between him and his teammates. The Celtics acquiring Kemba Walker as his replacement back behind second. Coward's got a beat on it, and he'll make the grab for the second out. So 2 away, and stand. Most notable recent news, Tobias Harris will head back to the Philadelphia 76ers. They, of course, had that blockbuster trade to acquire him from the LA Clippers during the season. Prokop fouls it away, 0-1 on him. So that's good for the Sixers to have back. It's a 5-year, $180 million contract. A lot of players returning to their team from last season. You had Rodney Hood going back to the Blazers. Chris Middleton is back with the Bucks. 0-2 here on Prokop as Hewlett looks to work out of this 6th inning. He's been spectacular so far, and he continues to be that as he strikes out Prokop to end the 6th inning. Jackson Hewlett's through 6 innings, has allowed 1 run. The Collegians lead it. Two-one Boulder here in Fort Collins, top of the 7th inning. And Chris Amador to the bat for the Collegians. Amador's bunt single, those tying and go-ahead runs as Amador swings and misses. Well, rather got a piece of it into the catcher's glove. Stars. Nolan Arenado already announced a few days ago as a starter for the National League, but for the Rockies, 3 other All-Stars going to Cleveland. And Roselle fouls one back to the screen. They'll have Charlie Blackmon, David Curry in July's All-Star game, the Midsummer Classic. The Rockies fell earlier today to the Jackson Hewlett on for a 7th inning of work here in Fort Collins. His Collegians up 4-1 over the Foxes. He'll see 8, 9, and 1 in the inning. Tim Fitzgerald, Alejandro Torres, and Brett Erickson. 0-1 on Fitzgerald. He fouled away the first one he saw from Hewlett and swings and misses. And that one, he's down 0-2. Hewlett's been spectacular on the mound so far. A little bit of traffic in the first couple innings, allowed 1 run, but other than that, he's been great. 1-2 is fouled away. Down into the parking lot behind our heads here in the Collegians' third base dugout. Actually behind the dugout here. Our pseudo broadcast booth for the evening. One into center. Amador going back, and he'll make the grab for the first out. So Fitzgerald got one you could drive on 2 strikes, but hit it right at Chris Amador. And that left field line bullpen for the Foxes. 1-1. Oh, I called a strike. Breaking ball that fell in. So Richardson looking to avoid the golden sombrero here. 1-2 pitch. And he watches it low. Two-two. Swing and a miss, and Richardson will in fact wear that golden sombrero. It's his 4th strikeout of the evening. So that'll bring up Jimmy Hollinger. Hollinger yet to get on base as well. He's popped out twice and grounded out. Hollinger will watch one in the dirt for ball 1. (4-1) our score here in Fort Collins. Hollinger lines one towards short. Erickson plays it in the outfield grass. Throw is high. It does not make it into the Collegians dugout. Bounces off the fence. Hollinger's going to try for second. The throw coming in is not in time to get him. Nice slide from Hollinger as he slid on the outside part of the bag. The throw coming into Lockett came on the inside part. And Hollinger snuck the foot in. So let's see what they credit him with here. Personally, I think I'd give him a single, then an error up to second base, but we'll see what the official scorer has in mind.
On that play, what would you look for? It was the throw went into the dugout.
Right. The play took Erickson deep into the hole. So Chris Amador in now. Amador's walked in the last 2 innings, and both times he's coming to score. So doing productive things offensively. Runner at second. 2 away. Chris Amador trying to knock in Jimmy Hollinger. And Amador fouls it back to the screen. So it's 1-2 now to Chris. Eighth inning here in Fort Collins. Boulder with the lead 4-1. 1-2. Hollinger takes off for third. Amador will ground it to that left side. Erickson picks it up in the hole. Throw on the run is not in time. Nice job to knock it down for the first baseman Schaefer. Holds Hollinger at third. Amador runs well down the line, and Erickson really had no chance to get him. So it's an infield knock for Chris Amador. Hollinger up to third. And back to the top of the order in Brennan Roselle. Brennan, 3 walks and a double today. See what he's got here with runners on the corners and 2 down. And first one's in the dirt to Brennan. Amador at first runs well, but with 2 down, we'll see if he takes off. (1-0). Roselle sends one high in the air out towards center. This one going back, but just enough space for the center fielder to make the grab. Fitzgerald grabs it, and that will end the inning. So the Collegians get a couple guys aboard, but can't bring them around. They still lead at 4-1. 8th inning on the way here from Fort Collins. Bottom of the eighth underway here in Fort. Tino, Zach, Charlie Pila, and Caleb Schaefer 2, 3, and 4 up for Fort Collins. Is a swing and a miss from Zach at the first pitch he sees from Jackson Hewlett. Hewlett back on for an eighth inning of work here. He's been excellent so far. 0-1 pitch. And that one misses just low. 1 ball and a strike. Hewlett's gone 7. Working into his 8th now, has only given up 1 run. 1-1. Must have been outside, and it's 2-1 now. 2-1. Ground ball to Coward at second. Logan makes the routine play for the first out. So to the 30-hole hitter now, Charlie Pila. Pila standing in from the right side. Big imposing figure there in the right-hand batter's box. Pretty wide stance. Hewlett brings it home and misses low. Ball 1. Pila's been aboard once. Singled in the first. And was retired on a fielder's choice in the subsequent at-bat. He'll grab to the mound here. Hewlett grabs it, flips to first for the second out. So Jackson Hewlett is rolling here in this 8th inning. Caleb Schaefer will stand in. We're rocking the Mike Moustakis baby blue Royals jersey. Actually, I don't know if that's baby blue. I'm not sure what color that is, what color of blue that would be specifically. Moustakis, of course, not with the Royals anymore. There's a number of those throwback jerseys that we've got going here for the Foxes as Pila gets plunked. And he'll head, or Schaefer, excuse me, gets plunked. He'll head down to first base. I mean, you got the Royals jersey, Mike, of course, with the Brewers now, and then you've got the Josh Donaldson Blue Jays jersey. Donaldson down with the Braves these days. You got this wonderful Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James jersey as Clay Lockett takes a strike. LeBron, quite notably, is in Los Angeles with the Lakers. Now has Anthony Davis as his teammate. This one misses low. NBA free agency opening up today. The Lakers have not made a move yet today, which is a little surprising. The thought is that they are going after Kawhi Leonard, this year's Finals MVP. Former Spur who came to the Raptors this year and brought the first championship to Toronto. 2-1 now to Lockett. Calais drives one out to center. Amador reads it to his left and back on the track, makes the grab, and Jackson Hewlett is through 8. Only 1 run allowed for him. He says, hey, I'm still ready to go for the 9th. Well, let's see if we'll see him out there. He's got a 4-1 lead. On to that 9th inning here in Fort Collins. New lefty on the hill for Fort Collins. They look to hold the deficit just at 3 for the bottom of the ninth. Collegians up 4-1. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Boulder in the half inning with Cowart, Arrivo, and Jimenez due up. Logan the first of them here. And Cowart watches one low for ball 1. Lefty on the hill rocking the Justin Verlander Astros jerseys. Verlander, one of the All-Stars, announced today. And Cowart takes strike 1. One's at the eyes for a ball, 2 balls and a strike to the Collegians' second baseman. Couple signs shaken off on the mound there. Here comes the 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed by Cowart. One after ball 3, high and out of the zone. It's 2-2. Fort Collins looking to avoid their 4th league loss in a row after starting the season 11-0 in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Cowart grounds one into left field for a base knock. It's Logan's first single of the day. He's been aboard twice. Collegians have the leadoff man on for Nick Arrivo. Arrivo today, 3 of the 4 RBIs for the Collegians. A pair of base hits, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. First pitch to Nick is outside for ball 1. Well, Lace's moment on the hill there as we'll get the cleat retied. Check out that runner on first base. 1-0, fouled right back to the screen by Arrivo. He was on it, but just missed it. 1-1. City Park here in Fort Collins playing host to this matchup between the Boulder Collegians and the Fort Collins Foxes. Just outside of downtown Fort Collins. And did you know that Main Street USA in Disneyland is actually modeled off of downtown Fort Collins? Pitch in the dirt. Cowart taking off for second. Lockett has to leap high to get the throw and tags out Logan Cowart. What a fine play by Clay Lockett at second base. Had to go up into almost a Jordan move there. Grabs it and lays the tag on Cowart on his way down. So Arrivo has a runner erased in front of him, and it's 2-1 on him. Next pitch to Nick is swung on and missed. It skipped to the plate, but he went after it anyway, and it's 2-2. The Colorado State University also here in Fort Collins. In fact, the CSU club baseball team plays right here at City Park. No official D1 team for them or for the University of Colorado either, as Nick Arrivo strikes out. It's always been an interesting point is the 2 biggest schools in Colorado, sports and otherwise, don't have baseball teams. Even more notable for CU in Boulder, of course, where the Collegians come from, because they're the only, well, they're certainly the only team in the Pac-12 without one, but they might be one of 2 or the only Power 5 team to not have a baseball team, as this one misses high to Chris Jimenez. Timeouts were by Jimenez. He'll get something out of his eye. Now he's ready to go. 2 away. Collegians looking for a 2-out rally to add some insurance before the bottom of the 9th. Jimenez pops one down the right field line, drifting into foul territory, and coming in to grab it is the right fielder Prokop for the 3rd out. But the Collegians have a 3-run lead. They'll try and hold it and win this one in the 9th when we come back. The age-old rivalry, Fort Collins versus Boulder. Collegians and the Foxes here in the bottom of the 9th. And it's Jackson Hewlett on to try and finish off what has been a gem from him thus far. Taylor Mullins-Ohm, the batter. He'll pop one over our heads in this first base dugout into the parking lot. And it's 0-1. Hewlett's next offering, just missing, 1-1. Misses a little bit lower now, 2 balls and a strike. Whether Hewlett can complete this 9th inning or not, this is good news for the Collegians bullpen as they were taxed a night ago. Ohm draws the walk here. We'll see how much of a leash Jackson Hewlett has. Mark Goodman looks like mouthing one more to Eddie Toledo, so this ought to be the last batter that Hewlett faces. But he's been terrific. He's gone through 8, allowed only 1 run. Legion's up 4-1. Broke up the batter, fouls it back to the screen. But not only has he pitched a gem and given the Collegians a chance to win this ball game, he's helped relieve the strain on their bullpen. Tommy Shriver, the starter yesterday, couldn't make it out of the first, so big bullpen game for them. Another strike fired in there, and it's 0-2. Good news for him is Caleb Martinez came out of the bullpen and gave them a number of great innings on the hill against the Sox, despite the Collegians falling in that ball game. 0-2. Strike 3 called. Hewlett punches him out, freezes Prokop on a fastball. And, well, he's going to get another batter here. Why not after retiring him on 3 pitches? He'll see Tim Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald hit one hard out to center last time, but right at Chris Amador. He's gone to center twice, the other on a fly ball. Also struck out. Fitzgerald offers at this one a half-hearted swing. He's down 0-1. 0-1, breaking ball over the head of Hewlett on the mound. Cowart charges, throws on the run, throws not in time. It gets by Davis, rolling into foul territory. Both runners going to move up. Mullins-Ohm will hold at third base. Fitzgerald to second. Well, Hewlett got the ground ball he wanted, but it was just chopped too high over his head. And here comes Mark Goodman out of the first base dugout. Hasn't signaled to his bullpen yet. Going to see how Jackson Hewlett's doing out there on the hill. No fault of Hewlett's on that one as he got the ground ball, but just not in the location that he wanted. And the errant throw allows both runners to move up 90 feet as well. So a pair of runners in scoring position. Now the tying run will come to the plate. And Alejandro Torres, plate umpire, out to break up the conference on the hill. Hewlett will stay in for now. One away. Pair of runners in scoring position. Tying run at the plate. The Collegians up 4-1 in the bottom of the ninth. Jackson Hewlett has gone 8 1/3. Trying to finish this one off. Torres today has been one of the better hitters against Hewlett, 2 for 3. Last time he was struck out looking and takes a strike here. A 1. Torres flies one down the right field line and out of play. So 0-2 here on Torres. Hewlett leans in, nods yes to a sign. Kicks and delivers. In the dirt, blocked by Hudson behind the plate.
Hey, way ahead here. Way ahead.
1-2 on Torres. 4-1 ball game. Hewlett brings it home. Swing and a miss. One after one in the dirt. Hudson tags him out. And there's the second out here in the ninth. Hewlett has one more guy to face. Brett Erickson stands in, the former Collegian. For the first time in forever, he hasn't hurt the Collegians offensively today, going 0 for 3. He's been terrific against his former team this season. And Brett takes a strike right on the outside corner for Jackson. Oh, 1. Back to the screen. And the Collegians are a strike away, looking for their first win this season against the Fort Collins Foxes. Win today would pull them within 3 games of first place in the league. Oh, 2 on the way from Hewlett, and it's high and inside. Ball 1. Win today would not only pull the Collegians closer to first place, but it would tie the Colorado Sox with Fort Collins Foxes for first place. One and 2 the count. The piece of it in on the hands and fouls it away. Brett Erickson staying alive here against Jackson Hewlett. 4-1 Boulder. 1 out left to get here in the ninth. Jackson's ready. Here's his pitch. Erickson grounds one to second. Cowart to his left. It's through his legs and into right field. 1 run will score. Fitzgerald coming to the plate. Richardson's throw is in time to get him. And the Boulder Collegians defeat the Fort Collins Foxes. Kelby Richardson guns down Tim Fitzgerald at home plate. And it's a 4-2 victory here at City Park. Coach King out to discuss the play with the umpire. But this game is over. 4-2, Boulder wins it in spectacular fashion. And, well, for the first time this season, they have defeated the Fort Collins Foxes, and they do it at their place here at City Park. So the Colorado Sox moved into a tie with the Fort Collins Foxes for first place. The Collegians now back to a game over 500 in league play, are 3 games out of first. Their next league game will be Tuesday against the Colorado Rough Riders in Wheat Ridge. We'll have that one for you here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. But, well, the defense had to make it interesting. Goes through the legs of Cowart, but Kelby Richardson there to throw out the runner Fitzgerald. That'll just about do it for us here from Fort Collins. 4-2, the Collegians win it. For our producer, Mitch Sanchez, I'm Ethan Jordan saying so long from City Park. Collegians win it 4-2. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Good night.